Hi folks, and thanks very much for viewing this video walk around of our Mazda 3. So we've got a 1.6 litre Mazda 3 here for you, 2009 on a 59 plate. The car's done 101,000 miles. It's in a very nice colour. It's called Celestial Blue, this colour is. And as you can see, it's a really smart looking metallic blue, sort of mid-range blue colour. I think it suits the car really well. It's in very good condition. It's 11 years old now, so there's a couple of very minor blemishes which I'll show you in a second, but nothing, you know, that would really stand out on this car. It's in very good condition. It came into us directly from the main dealership, who took it in part exchange. Condition wise, I would say probably one of the nicest ones I've seen for the year. Drives fantastically well. They're very reliable cars. They've got a great reputation, these Mazda 3s have, for reliability, for being very practical. And they're a little bit nice in that they're not your average Focus or Astra. It's nice to have something that's a little bit different from the crowd, isn't it? I'd say the Mazda's a slightly more sporty looking alternative to both of those cars. Fair bit of space in it though. It's just as practical. A lot of the components on a Mazda are shared actually with a Ford, so there's a lot of things on here that are similar to the same year of Focus. But if anything, the Mazda's actually better value for money. Just show you quickly inside the car. Very clean and tidy inside. There is a little bit of wear to the gear knob. It's done 101,000 miles, so that's kind of to be expected. But the upholstery itself's in good condition. Seats have got nice deep bolsters on them. They hold you in very well. Certainly got a nice layout to the dashboard. It feels quite a nice wide interior. You've certainly got quite a lot of elbow room in this car, which I like. Show you into the back of it. It's a 5-seater, but it has got a fold-down armrest in the middle, which I'm showing off at the moment. It's got cup holders built into that for a bit of added practicality. If you've got two children in the back, you can put that down, keep them separate, stop them from fighting with each other. That can come in quite handy at times. I'll just go over the top here to show off that dashboard, which I think is a very clean, smart looking design. It's well laid out as well, and I'll show you some of the features on it in just a second when I start the car up. So, let's have a look at the boot. Quite a deep boot on this car. About the same size, again, I'm comparing it with a Ford Focus. It is about the same size as a Ford Focus boot. It's got a 70/30 split fold seats, similar to what you get on, guess what, a Ford Focus. But that's not a bad thing. That's what people tend to want from a family car. And this would happily seat 5 adults in pretty much comfort. You're going to certainly have no problem with teenage kids in the back. Just having a quick look down the sides of it here. I think the Mazda's have got very nice lines. I like this sculpted wing, for example. I think it looks a bit sportier than your average mid-sized hatchback. One criticism, if I did have one, would be the alloy wheels. Like a lot of Japanese cars, they do suffer a tiny bit with some corrosion. Just to give you an example, they're all pretty much of similar condition. They're not as bad that you'd need to refurbish them, and that can be done fairly cheaply anyway these days, but they're certainly not perfect. This corner here seems to be the only one that's really got any marks on it. They are very faint and they will probably polish out, so we'll have a little go at them when we valet the car, but we won't be painting it, so there is a chance there might be a tiny mark there if you look very closely. Coming along the front, I always like to zoom in on the bonnet just to give you an idea. This car has done 101,000 miles and it is all original. There are some very minor stone chippings on the bonnet, but they are in keeping with that age and mileage. They're not something that I would certainly think warrants any paintwork being done on the car. It's very clean, and as you can see from a reasonable distance that we are now, it looks extremely well presentable. No real parking dinks on the car. If you go up the side of it, on both sides, it's very clean. It looks like it's been looked after by the previous owners. Let's have a quick look again inside, but from the driver's point of view this time. So I'm sat in the Mazda now. The thing I like on this car is it's got very deep beveled instruments. I think that's a very sporting looking design. I like the layout of this dashboard. I like the stereo system and the layout of that. Everything's quite easy to hand. There's no up and down switches. It's nice turn switches for the fan and the heating controls. I like that. It's easy to use. It's very, very fast to use. It's a 5-speed manual gearbox. One criticism is that there is some wear on the lever here, which we'll probably end up just having removed off there, because to be honest with you, it feels quite nice even without it. It's got air conditioning. You'd expect that on a car like this. It's got loads of cup holders, which again you tend to expect on a car like this. Let's fire it up and just have a little listen to that engine. It's the 1.6, 101,231 miles I believe at the moment, or 123 miles, sorry. So nice layout to that dashboard there. When you start it up, you've also got these 2 additional panels that appear here. One for the heating controls and the stereo system, so I can adjust sort of temperatures and fans and stuff, and it comes up on there. And the other one there is a trip computer, which tells me how many miles I've got in the car, how many miles per gallon I'm doing, things like that. Again, it's nicely laid out. The car is wearing its original Mazda 3 mats. It's had 2 previous owners, I believe. It's been locally owned from new. It has little features and touches that you don't tend to get on a lot of cars in this range, like the folding mirrors, which are pressed a little switch by there to operate. And it's got a nice sporty 3-spoke wheel, which is leather, and that feels nice. And again, it gives the car a bit more of a premium feel perhaps than your average sort of medium-sized hatchback. Let's just come back outside. We're looking at really good value for money here, I think, with this Mazda. It's got all the features that you would really want from a car of this age. With 101,000 miles on the clock, it certainly hasn't done a lot of miles for the age of the car. It's done around about 10,000 miles a year, and that's certainly well below the average these days. So it's got plenty of life left in it. And Japanese cars have got a fantastic reputation for reliability. I'd always recommend buying Japanese to anyone myself. Now, if you're looking for a car like this, you can get some more details off me by giving me a call. My number's 07932 873 646. I'm happy to arrange delivery to you, to your house, for this car. If you're within 150 miles of me, then delivery is going to be free of charge. I'm also happy to take a part exchange, and if you give me a call on that number, I'll be able to value your car for you. And that number again that you need is 07932 873 646. Please give us a call, let us know what you're looking to do in terms of part exchange and delivery options, and we'll tailor make a deal for you. Please give us a like, please give us a share, please subscribe to this channel. Let us know that you're watching by leaving a comment. And in the meantime, you take care. We hope to speak to you very soon. Thank you again.